say in a job interview. Specifically, 5 things that you shouldn't say, bring up, mention in any way, shape, or form in a job interview. If you do, it's almost called
my own company. We have 55 plus people, and for these people we want to build an HR assistant which can answer simple questions on policies such as
Good morning everyone. Today I would like to start the conversation by addressing the fundamental points about AI. As we all know that artificial intelligence is the most crucial.
Hello everyone, here we are having our special guest. Hello sir. Hi. Welcome to Indo Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2023. So may I know your good name?
My name is Praveen.
Universities across the country is the first to have spent nearly its entire college career in the age of generative AI, a type of artificial intelligence that can create new
disguising unauthorized physical attachments as baseline optical noise prevents automated network management systems from ever detecting surveillance hardware. For an intelligence, operatives focus their subsea surveillance efforts directly on the diagnostic test equipment linked to deep-sea fiber repeaters.
Special Agent Turner, report immediately to the Marseille du Capucin in Marseille and await further instructions. Ambassador Hartley is scheduled to speak at noon today, and we believe she's the target. You're going to be looking for dark hair, Hispanic, medium build and height.
Intercepting diagnostic test signals allows state actors to manipulate optical time domain reflectomer tests without triggering network alarms. Automated calibration software used during routine subsea maintenance can be compromised to hide signal loss caused by physical taps.
Today, I'm going to explain to you how to answer literally any behavioral interview question. And now, it doesn't matter what job you're working in. If you're someone who's highly technical, like a software engineer, or if you're someone who works on the business side, knowing how to answer behavioral interview questions is still equally as important, because although in the interview process for someone who's more technical, there's more weight probably being placed on the technical portion of the interview, you are still often going to run into behavioral.
One's test equipment calibration protocols are compromised. Rogue telemetry disguises tap insertion losses as routine line degradation. Tapping units inject falsified diagnostic metrics directly into monitoring consoles to keep operators blind to ongoing interception.
say in a job interview. Specifically, 5 things that you shouldn't say, bring up, mention in any way, shape, or form in a job interview. If you do, it's almost cause for instant disqualification from the process. So the first thing, number 1, don't talk bad about your company.
Disguising unauthorized physical attachments as baseline optical noise prevents automated network management systems from ever detecting surveillance hardware. Covert units exploit remote test access points along deep sea spans, capturing light pulse reflections at strategic landing points.
Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training website, passmyinterview.com. And in this next very powerful interview training video, I will teach you how to use the STAR technique to answer difficult behavioral interview questions. So, during your job interview, you will be asked a series of challenging situational and behavioral interview questions that assess your suitability for the role you have applied for.
Intercepting signals at remote landing station test beds gives hostile intelligence agencies direct, unencrypted access to transatlantic data pipelines. Coastal maintenance racks contain remote monitoring interfaces that state agencies can weaponize into passive optical perfect voice eavesdropping posts.
This is Ryan Brown from mockquestions.com. In this video, we are going to discuss how to answer difficult leadership-based interview questions. We'll first discuss what an interviewer wants to know about your leadership abilities, how to prepare to answer leadership-based questions, words and phrases you should use in your answers, and lastly, 3 common leadership-based interview questions with answer examples. Now let's get started.
Modifying the software inside cable landing station testing apparatus allows for an agencies to mirror optical traffic undetected. Modern subsea networks rely on digital remote testing tools, which cyber operatives override to conceal physical optical splices.
Imagine you just got a HireVue video interview. You're not used to them, so you're a bit stressed. But you give it your best and start the interview. While doing the video interview, you feel good. You answer the questions rightfully, and you make sure you are clear in your explanations. You click on the submit button and you relax.
Espionage teams overwrite local diagnostic routines to ensure signal dropouts caused by laser taps register as normal ocean currents way. State intelligence services deploy robotic subsea crawlers capable of connecting directly to buried test ports thousands of feet underwater.
My own company, we have 55 plus people, and for these people we want to build an HR assistant which can answer simple questions on policies such as how many vacation days do they have.
Automated testing exploitation allows deep sea tapping rigs to calibrate optical power levels dynamically without human intervention. Advanced optical generators synthesize artificial backstater signatures, neutralizing the reflection anomalies caused by deep sea taps.
Sam, welcome to TED. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Your company has been
generating artificial backstater signatures tricks shore-based audit equipment into reporting flawless cable integrity during active interception by extracting telemetry from commercial diagnostic tools. Military intelligence units map precise physical splice locations across ocean trenches.
Sir, to introduce myself to you, myself, I am Tanuj Vinay. I am from East Godavari district, Draksharamam, and I completed my BTech in Swanandra College of Engineering and Technology in Computer Science and Engineering with aggregated GPA 8.4. And my technical skills are Python, SQL, and JavaScript, HTML, and CSS.
Extracting optical refraction telemetry from commercial testing gear provides precision coordinates for specialized spy submarines. Technical analysts study diagnostic pulse logs to identify optimal frequency gaps for inserting non-intrusible fiber taps.
Hey, hi Ashish. How are you?
I'm good, sir. What about you?
Yes, I'm also doing great. Thank you for asking. Ashish, so as I can see your profile, you have applied for the position of data analyst as a fresher. Okay. So, Ashish, can you please walk me through your profile once?
Sure, sir. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Technical intelligence. Teams leverage captured diagnostic logs to design taps that match the exact impedance of the target subsea cable. Physical and remote breaches at coastal cable terminals grant intelligence operatives full administrative access to line monitoring systems.
This mock interview will show you what a data science interview is like. Keith Galley is an experienced data scientist and interviewer, and in this video he interviews Kylie Ying. Kylie has taught multiple machine learning courses on our channel. This is a great video for anyone currently in the job market for a data-focused role. It's also a solid video for anyone who wants a better understanding of the machine learning process.
Compromising terminal test gear grants enemy state actors complete visibility over fiber health metrics and incoming intelligence traffic. Intelligence agencies synchronize subsea tapping operations with official maintenance windows to blur illicit activities with scheduled tests.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for career tips and professional growth. If you're new here, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest content. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most crucial parts of the job application process, the HR interview. We've compiled a list of 40 essential HR interview questions along with expert answers and tips to help you ace your next interview with confidence.
Exploiting routine test windows ensures that abnormal reflection spikes are dismissed by technicians as standard diagnostic artifacting. Hostile Intelligence Forces probe subsea cable test lines to verify active power feeds before deploying mechanical cutters or explosive charges.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to start the conversation by addressing the fundamental points about AI. As we all know that artificial intelligence is the most crucial part, which is playing most crucial part in everybody's life. We have been pretty familiar with all the things like ChatGPT and many things. As a computer science student, we are even more familiar with those things of artificial intelligence.
Continuous diagnostic probing allows hostile naval assets to monitor cable status in real time right up until the moment of physical destruction. Digital optical testing hardware has transformed ocean espionage, enabling remote signal tapping through centralized line management software.
Hello, everyone. Artificial intelligence has become like a celebrity in the news. Every day we have new news stories on it. Baidu is spending billions of dollars. Google now calls itself an AI-first company. But I'm here to talk about the fact that becoming an artificial intelligence-driven company changes.
Modern subsea surveillance relies on exploiting the software stack embedded inside commercial optical reflectomer Tesson line amplifiers. Spy agencies modify the firmware baselines on commercial fiber test units, forcing the hardware to ignore wavelength irregularities created by taps.
All right, let's get started with the interview.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for joining me today. I'm Alex, and I'll be conducting your interview. I'm excited to get started. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hey, Alex, it's nice to meet you. My name is Aaron. I studied computer science at Brown University. I'm really passionate about software engineering and all things data science related.
Falsifying baseline parameters and diagnostic software neutralizes the cable operator's primary line of defense against ocean floor interception. Predictive algorithms analyze subsea pulse reflections to dynamically adjust optical taps against fluctuating deep sea temperatures and currents.
Continual learning, long-term reasoning, some aspects of memory, these are still unsolved. I think all of these are going to be required for AGI. Depending on what your AGI timeline is, mine's like 2030 or something like this, then if you start off on a deep tech journey today, you have to just consider AGI appearing in the middle of that journey. It's not bad necessarily, but you have to take that into account.
Automated laser tuning equipment prevents attenuation fluctuations that would otherwise alert security teams at shore stations. Intercepting manufacturer supply chains allows intelligence agencies to embed modified diagnostic components directly into underwater amplifier housings.
Hello everyone, here we are having our special guest. Hello sir. Welcome to Indo Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2023. So may I know your good name?
My name is Praveen Mule and I represent Microscan Communications Private Limited. This company was founded in late 2021.
So will you please shine some light upon your portfolio, about your brand?
Yeah, so a bit of a context and a background over here.
Pre-installed tapping gear within subsea amplifiers routes reflected signals to covert naval listening arrays without degrading line voltage. Major world powers deploy specialized naval intelligence units tasked with compromising the diagnostic Infrastructure of transoceanic internet backbones.
The following is a conversation all about the state-of-the-art in artificial intelligence, including some of the exciting technical breakthroughs and developments in AI that happened over the past year, and some of the interesting things we think might happen this upcoming year. At times, it does get super technical, but we do try to make sure that it remains accessible to folks outside the field without ever dumbing it down.
Controlling the diagnostic. Interfaces of transoceanic fibers provides both strategic intelligence gathering and instantaneous sabotage capability. Intelligence services target commercial vendors of optical testing gear, implanting software backdoors prior to delivery to landing stations.
Welcome everybody to a special session of the Southern Fried DNN User Group. We are thrilled here today to have Andy Treva and DNN Corp to do an introduction interview. This is some of our first opportunities to share questions with the new head of DNN Corp, and we're quite eager.
Supply chain compromises ensure that testing equipment delivered to Global Telecoms contains built-in monitoring backdoors from day one. Recruited insiders inside Coastal. Landing stations attach modified optical testing modules directly onto live transatlantic circuits.
There is a way to hack every single interview to basically guarantee that you get the job. And there's a lot of BS, really bad advice on the internet. I can guarantee this video is not one of them. My name is Emily Durham. I worked in HR for 10 years, was a top performing recruiter, and now am an international career coach. And these, my friends, are the interview secrets that get you hired every single time. I'm going to talk about everything in order, starting from preparing to the interview, going all the way to after the interview.
Physical access to optical distribution frames combined with modified tests. Equipment allows state actors to mirror high-priority diplomatic channels. As deep-sea fiber networks expand, rapidly specialized submarine platforms are deployed to systematically exploit subsea test loops.
Let me show you something. To be precise, I'm going to show you nothing. This was the world 540 million years ago. Pure, endless darkness. It wasn't dark due to a lack of light. It was dark because of a lack of sight. Although sunshine did filter 1,000 meters beneath.
Advanced subsea intelligence operations exploit optical diagnostic frequencies to extract data of packets directly from submerged fiber splices. Out-of-band test channels carry administrative management data, allowing for analysts to map internal carrier network architecture.
These two diplomats are about to begin a negotiation. This one is from an unspecified Spanish-speaking country.
Hola.
And this one is from an unspecified English-speaking country.
Hello.
And these are real interpreters. And I'm Barry Slaughter Olson, a conference interpreter with 25 years of experience interpreting for diplomats and world leaders at places like the UN. When you think of interpreters, scenes like these are probably the first that come to mind.
Intercepting test. Channel communications reveals network topology secrets, making subsequent sabotage operations far more precise. Specialized hardware clones legitimator. Diagnostic signals in real time, keeping active taps invisible to phase shift. Detection tools.
While I agree with my friends that AI has the capacity to replicate and humans don't, but I beg to disagree on this point that this particular quality is something which allows it to surpass human capacity, because the fact that humans can't replicate themselves makes it very evident that you cannot predict how human development will take place 50 years down the line or 100.
Synchronizing tap pulses with original testing signals neutralizes them. Phase shift detection algorithms used by major telecommunications carriers. Pressure chamber tests simulate extreme ocean conditions to ensure subsea tapping hardware generates zero detectable signal attenuation.
Artificial intelligence has been threatening everyone's jobs, including interpreters. Inaccurate interpretation can be the difference between a good or bad nuclear deal. So Wired tested a speech translator called Kudo versus human interpreters to see which better transmits all of the necessary elements for people to understand what they are hearing, including emotion, intonation, completeness, spontaneity, and speed.
Rigorous lab testing ensures subsea ATAP insertion losses stay below the threshold required to trigger automated repair dispatches. Multi-mod in operations coordinate naval ships, underwater drones, and hacked shore facilities to manipulate cable test protocols simultaneously.
What will be the most important trends in AI in 2026? Well, we take a stab at this every year with some success, I would say. And this time out, I have the knowledgeable assistance of my colleague Aaron Borgman to help us out.
Well, yeah, after your prediction of infinite memory last year, I thought maybe you could use just a little bit of help.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, how about we each take 4 trends each?
Synchronized exploitation across multiple cable landing sites conceals regional tap insertion behind widespread simulated system noise. Advanced research into fiber optics allows operatives to bend subsea cables micromillimeters inside tested enclosures to bleed out light packets.
Universities across the country is the first to have spent nearly its entire college career in the age of generative AI, a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content like text and images. As the technology improves, it's harder to distinguish from human work, and it's shaking academia to its core with some very big questions. Special correspondent Fred DeSam-Lazaro has the story for our series, Rethinking College.
And the principle of humanities says, treat all people as ends in themselves, never merely.
Bending subsea fibers slightly inside specialized testing enclosures releases microscopic amounts of light for capture without breaking the cable sheath. Ocean floor sensor arrays monitor local water temperature shifts to dynamically calibrate optical test lasers for stealth tapping.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू गेट्स मेशर। आज की इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं व्हाट इज एन एजेंट, या फिर आप इसको बोल सकते हो इंटेलिजेंट एजेंट, क्योंकि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का जो मेन एम है वो यही है कि कैसे हम इंटेलिजेंट एजेंट्स को बिल्ड कर सकते हैं। और वैसे भी एआई के अंदर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स में से आता है व्हाट इज एन एजेंट। तो सबसे पहले अगर हम बात करें एजेंट होता क्या है, एजेंट इज एनीथिंग लाइक ह्यूमन बीइंग, मशीन है, रोबोट्स है, या फिर कोई प्रोग्राम है, इसको आप क्या बोल सकते हो, एक एजेंट है। तो एजेंट कौन कौन से ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करता है, उससे आपको और ज्यादा क्लियर होगा आइडिया।
Accounting for water temperature impact on test pulse velocity enables operatives to calculate exact laser power limits for stealthy tapping. Defense analysts identify commercial cable diagnostic gear as one of the most underprotected soft spots in global communications defense.
First of all, I'd like to say hello to everyone and welcome to our latest installment of our webinar series, Frontiers Conversations. My name is Zainab and I am a journal specialist at the Frontiers in Robotics and AI journal. Today we have a really exciting roundtable lined up in which we'll be exploring the success of narrow statistical artificial intelligence.
Vulnerabilities in commercial cable testing. Standards leave global internet backbones open to state-sponsored optical surveillance. Automated software bots can remote test access units across coastal landing hubs, hunting unpatched firmware vulnerable to exploitation.
Let's talk about the evolution of software testing. I think we haven't discussed this topic yet so far. We talked about Playwright and other automation tools, right? But so far we haven't discussed the evolution of software testing yet. And since you're someone who had like 12 years right? 12 years of experience in this field. Could you briefly talk about your experience with different automation tools? And if you can just briefly describe the evolution of software testing in your past 12 years of experience.
Software testing is not that so.
Automated testing software scans subsea cable management systems for unpatched firmware vulnerabilities that grant optical tap control. From early copper wiretapped to modern optical reflectomer hacks, intelligence services have continually prioritized maintenance backdoors.
All right. Thank you for attending our webinar today, Artificial Intelligence and its Implications for the Present and Future of Historical Research, which is part of the AHA Colloquium series of Virtual AHA. We're excited to have you join us and are looking forward to a productive discussion. I'd like to thank our generous sponsors, the National Endowment for the Humanities, the Stanton Foundation, the History Channel, and Oxford University Press.
Understanding the history of cable testing. Exploitation reveals why modern intelligence services invest heavily in remote optical reflectomer subversion. Vulnerabilities in commercial cable testing standards leave global internet backbones open to state-sponsored optical surveillance.